This TikTok alpha male just can't stop getting arrested because Wes Watson was just arrested for multiple felony charges, including battery, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment. And it looks like he'll be returning to the place that he loves to brag about, prison.
Very serious charges. One of them is false imprisonment because police.
Your Honor, have you seen this man? He is not Giga Chad enough. Look at the structure. Look at this unchiseled jawline. How dare you have him reporting about me? Your Excellence.
Say he wouldn't let the victim leave the home after all of this took place. Now he remains in jail tonight, saddled with a $150,000.
Also, he sounds like a prepubescent boy.
$15,000 bond.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, if you ask anyone, they'll tell you that he belongs in an orange jumpsuit, maybe even himself. But I mean, if you consider any of his actions in the past, it seems like he really wants to go back to prison. You know, the place that he's bragged about over and over and basically made a part of his identity as this guy who's a reformed ex-convict, and now he shouts.
Oh, wait, I think I've seen body cam footage. I don't know if any of you guys have been into the internet ecosphere as much as I am. I stay fucking constantly plugged in, but I'm pretty sure this dude had like a viral like moment, body cam footage moment pop up where he was in some like fucking jorts, and the cops were they were within like seconds of popping his ass with the 9mm. Like he was roid raging basically. And I'm pretty sure this is the same fucking dude.
Teach you how to become a bajillionaire in alpha male style. But I guess it looks like he's getting his way. And this is one of those times where I see a headline and I'm like, yeah, wow. I'm not shocked that he allegedly did that. But also, how can you be this stupid? Because come on, dude. If you've been watching this guy at all, you already know that we're on borrowed time. Every time he showed up, it was another clip of yelling at someone, threatening someone, or acting like the toughest guy on earth. Like there's just zero consequences for anything, I guess.
Why is that always the fitness influencers? Well, that's pretty easy. The reason why it's always the fitness influencers is because we have a culture of young men out here that do not have proper role models for fathers. You know, I grew up in that environment. Some of you guys might have had really fine dads, you know, father figures growing up. So you didn't really have to be in that ecosystem. So a lot of these people get really big because they have a lot of men that don't have a good role model, and then they become internet dads or internet unks, you know, and they look to them for wisdom and everything. So it's it's a little bit ridiculous. He probably tells everyone in prison that he's too much of a man to be on the streets. Yeah, he probably does. Possible ban evader monitoring. Yeah, okay.
And this is all while the whole time you're sitting there like, bro, do you remember how your story started? You started in prison. It was like starting a Minecraft server, and the seed that he entered just plopped him right into prison. So he had to build his way out of there. Not really, but he did things, got into prison, then got out, and now he's working on going back in, I guess. But after getting out the first time, he built his entire—
Guys, you don't understand. You don't know how to have a true hustle unless you were in prison. You don't know how to be a real man unless you take another man's dick in your ass. I feel like these guys are like one tragedy away from claiming that's how you become more manly.
Higher brand on discipline and control, and then his lack of discipline and control is getting him back in prison. So
ironic, isn't it?
Because this time it's an actual arrest with actual felony charges and on an actual police report laying out what they say happened. But this guy has been on my channel more times than I can remember. So let's just say if you don't recognize Wes Watson, just understand that this isn't his first time being in a situation like this. The most important thing you need to remember from his lore, I guess, would be he's already dealing with a case. This didn't happen in a vacuum.
It's like, hey, let me catch another felony. I need to bump the views. Yeah, and of course, if we look into the numbers, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit weighted differently. Like, I'm sure that there is a certain percentage, maybe like 35 to 40%, that actually watch this person for their takes and their views, something that they respect. And then the other 60 to 70 or so are probably hate watchers, potentially. I mean, those numbers might be reversed. It might actually, maybe, I don't know. But as far as what I'm feeling, I think that might be the true leverage here. It's just like a lot of significant amount of like hate watching versus people that actually take this person seriously. But yeah, I mean, this is part of the internet dad culture. Unfortunately, you know, we have a lot of youth that grow up in not the best circumstances. So they don't really know what it's like to see a model male in their society, you know?
This happened while he was already in the middle of a legal issue from a past incident. Because earlier last year, he was arrested after a situation in a gym in Miami where he challenged another influencer to pull up. Then a bunch of dudes pulled up and just beat him senseless. And of course, his side of the story was, oh, it was all self-defense, which, you know, kind of is his go-to, it seems like. But I mean, to me and to a lot of other people on the internet, it looks more like him and his buddies jumped a guy all together and even used gym equipment on the guy while he was down. So Wes's version of self-defense is apparently pretty interesting.
Oh, I remember seeing this. Yeah, that dude got really fucked up. It looked bad. So I don't know if he's faced any type of like punishment from that.
Still open, and he's still dealing with that. So now you have someone who's already in legal trouble, and then this happens, and that's where it starts to get a lot worse for him, because it's not just about like what he's being accused of now, it's the fact that it's happening on top of everything else. So imagine just being in the middle of a case, and then you catch 5 more felony charges while you're in that case. Clearly, that's not going to do anything good for you in court. At this point, just throw in the towel. You're done, because that looks like a pattern to me, and it's probably going to be framed that way.
I am also very surprised how we can let somebody out like this over and over and over. Yeah, 5 felony Friday stream. Exactly. I don't understand what happened to fuck up our court system or our justice system this much. But somebody like this probably should be locked up a little bit more permanently. I don't think like these slaps on the wrist evidently aren't doing anything. Not only are they not doing anything, but it creates more of a hype system around this person, because people are going to start tuning in now because they expect him to pop off and do something fucking stupid, which he usually does. Obviously, the punishments aren't really fitting the crime, and it's also not leveraging any type of incentive, like any incentive program or incentive structure that he currently has in place. Go ape mode, get locked up, go back out. People anticipate ape mode. People hype into ape mode. Ape mode equals money mode, so go more ape mode. And it just seems like it's just this cycle until they like eventually end up fucking killing somebody. Like, this dude should be locked up, straight up. He should be locked up, probably in prison for 5 to 10 years. And I guarantee you from there, that'll probably do it. That'll probably do it. Because, you know, internet culture forgets shit. They might forget people within a year or so. Typically a year, and then you're forgotten on the internet, as long as you're not within that ecosphere, that ecosystem actively. Roughly like a year, 2 years. So from there, you start to lose fan base, and after you lose fan base, you lose the monetary system, or your incentive structure. And like, I feel like that's the only way we can really rehabilitate people now in this day and age, especially the day and age of the internet.
In court. So what actually happened here? Well, just a warning ahead of time, this is not pretty, but to put it plain, it's beyond disgusting what he did. In a police report, the woman that Wes assaulted is just named the victim, and I'm going to maintain calling her that, just, you know, to give her as much privacy as possible. Wes apparently met the victim a little over a month ago and got engaged in the last couple of weeks.
So you guys remember just the other day, I showed you Peggy putting a ring on.
Guys, real quick. Jawline, pretty chiseled. Jawline's like 7 out of 10. Pretty good shit. Now this trim up here, this beard trim, this lineup, oh my god, that fucking lineup, dog. These eyebrows, impeccable. 9 out of 10. Good shit, brother. Why do they always look like this? This is the equivalent of like, this is the equivalence of just like caked on fucking makeup. Like well, okay, maybe he just does it for the camera. Maybe that's it. Maybe he doesn't go out in his everyday and does this. I don't know. What happened to people just being natural? I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. Or modest. That's it. We're looking for modesty around here. Modesty.
On this girl, like an asshole, only knowing the girl for only a month, right? Well, that same girl that he got down on his knees and put the ring on is the same girl just a couple days later, maybe the one to put Peggy in prison for a really long time.
So from everything that's being reported, the dynamic already sounded very controlling, to put it lightly. So I guess when she went to a Miami Heat game with a female friend, that turned into a trigger for everything that followed. According to that arrest report, she got back to his residence early that Sunday morning after the game. But
did you catch that? Did I catch what? And she's the one that put him in jail. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not sure exactly. I'm still not sure what happened. So let's see. Let's see what happened. That's the residence
that he
because I imagine that it looks bad already. Not he is the one that put himself in jail. She is the one that put him in jail. Well, it depends. If he ended up beating the fuck out of her, then yeah, I think. Yeah, well,
like flexed on Academics' YouTube channel like just a few months ago because he recently moved into a new spot and he couldn't help himself but flex his rented spot for everyone to see on YouTube. Actually, correction there, it was not Academics, it was DJ Vlad who did the house tour with him. But I've never understood the whole thing of like why you want to flaunt where you're living and like show the world where you live. Also, the fact that like you're flaunting a place that you're renting as well just does not make sense to me. Is this the woman? I think so. Oh. Was he engaged to her here?
Met this girl when she was pregnant with another man's kid.
I'm sorry. There are some people that see that many chains and they think that's impressive and everything else, but I just can't. It just shows everything about this is just like unmodesty. And this is another thing. And this might not be true, but it is very true in a lot of cases. I know Roush can definitely back me up on this. I don't know how many people's homes that we've been to where they are potentially like $1 million homes, million plus, at least 6 to 7. Well, I'd say 7-figure homes. And the homes are really fucking nice on the outside. And then you look inside and there's like no fucking furniture, maybe a couch and a TV. These people are completely house broke because everything is about materialistic goods. Everything's about putting on a show. Yeah, dude, I don't know how many of these fucking places I've been to where they are ridiculous, have these really nice pool systems like jacuzzis, you name it. I'm talking about the fucking craziest shit. And they have zero fucking furniture. It is so fucking funny. So housebroke. Has been in the Real Manzar's bathroom. Had pics. Will sell course for 100K. All right. Now calm down. If you get 100K off of that, definitely split some of the money with me, you know. Yeah,
raised the baby through the whole pregnancy.
And this is what this kind of stream.
Everything. Raised the baby till 4 years or 3 years old, and then they just dip out and act like you did nothing.
Maybe don't be a hothead. Maybe don't scare away everyone. Like, bro, I feel like so many of these like self-proclaimed alpha males, they're like, hey, the woman shouldn't do anything and the men should work. And then suddenly they're like, I hate how men are only looked at as a piggy bank. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that is a bit hypocritical. There are some relationships that I know of personally to where that is the idea is they like to work hard and they like to support their significant other and they don't expect their significant other to ever really work or anything like that. They say, you know what, they want to and that makes them happy, that's fine, but this makes me happy, so it is what it is. We'll be fair, never thought of it that way. Yeah. There are some people that are okay with it, but in this sense, people will start immediately shitting on you if you view it that way, and then all of a sudden then you start talking, you start degrading the idea or the system that it is.
Well, be more than just a piggy bank then, because I have a feeling there's a whole lot more to this story.
It's like what we were watching last week where Pokimane is sitting here and she is a product of a system that she's consistently talking shit on. People fucking hate that more than anything else, especially on the internet, because it shows a certain level of like ungratefulness and a lack of overall humility.
Than what he's saying right here. I don't know, but I digress. Okay, so police say that he'd been sent a screenshot or a clip of her at the game and got angry because she was showing cleavage in a video. So how can I say this without getting this video struck down? He threatened to
show cleavage.
Remove a procedure he paid for that involved said cleavage because she had cleavage on display, I guess, during a basketball game.
Oh, those are my titties. My titties I paid for. I paid for those titties. You don't show them than anybody else.
Are we good? Did the video get nuked? I don't like.
Yeah,
I am paraphrasing. He said it in a way worse way than that.
Ridiculous.
Buddy, if you're buying those things for women, that's permanent. That's her body now. You don't have a say of that. What she does with her body from.
Listen, Your Honor, this was an investment. Your Honor, listen to me. This was an investment, and I'd like to renege my investment. It's not paying off the way that I wanted to, and I want to not even liquidate. I want to reclaim that asset.
There on out. That's up to her. Now, obviously, this is alleged, but
Yes, ma'am. Can you please cut off your titties real quick and hand them back to this man?
if this is true, that's just a whole new level of being possessive. Like, that is not normal jealousy. That is
that's different.
weird
That's fucking
ownership
weird.
mentality. So, I mean, he's just thinking that because he pays for something for a woman, he now has ownership of that woman, which might have something to do with why he claims he can't see his daughter. This is just creepy. And also,
Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that the Tata job was only for me. Turns out she planned on taking them out of the house with her all the time. That's insanity, Your Honor. I object.
this is days after he allegedly proposed. So I guess this is supposed to be the honeymoon phase. Isn't this supposed to be like the time where all couples get along? Who knows? But according to police, it turned into a violent confrontation inside of his home. And he allegedly grabbed her by the neck, shook her, grabbed her arms, pushed her, and dragged her by the hair. And then repeatedly
Jesus, bro. That's a real bitch move, man. That's a bitch move to grab, especially a woman by the hair and then fucking drag her. That's a bitch move. Sorry.
struck her. And at one point,
God, that's
police say
awful.
that he slammed her head into a table hard enough to leave her bleeding from the forehead. She also allegedly had scratches on her face, bruises on her body, and then the report says that the injuries were visible all over her. So according to the report, this kept going.
And let's be real. People could be like, well, we don't know. We don't know. That's fair. We don't know. I will hear you out. I will definitely hear you out and say that we don't know. However, this dude, if you look at him, it's obviously that he's on PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. And a big side effect of the PEDs that he is like 99% likely to be on is this lack of impulse control. And not only that, but heightened rage, heightened aggression, because his testosterone levels are being pumped to the fucking max. He's juice maxing. So the likelihood of this happening is like beyond 90%. It's beyond. Now we can suspend disbelief a little bit and say, you know, why? Maybe not. We don't know because we don't know for sure. As of right now in the video, we don't know. That's all speculation. But you see a past trend and then you start to see, okay, this is an actual trend. There's too many points on a graph that shows a trajectory here of likelihood. Judge that black eye is clearly AI. That is a fucking, say that 5 times fast. Judge that black eye is clearly AI. Judge that black eye is, I can't.
And she was allegedly being stopped from leaving. Her phone was taken. People in the house were watching this happen and not stepping in. And she was being threatened the entire time. Yeah, you heard me right. His security guard and his friend, Jose, I guess, watched this whole thing happen and didn't do anything. And apparently,
Yeah, well, what the fuck do you expect me to do? I can barely bench my weight. Your Honor, this is a silverback gorilla that's popping the fuck off. You ever see that video? You ever see that video of the gorillas fighting in the fucking in the zoo? The gorillas fighting in the zoo, and somebody's like, "Call the zoo ranger! Call the park ranger!" They're just like beating the fuck out of each other. It's like, what do you expect a human to do in this situation? It's just fucking absurd. That comes back to it's the people that you keep around you. Yeah, you're right. That's true. But there's nothing they can really do about it. You know what I mean? You see a silverback gorilla popping the fuck off. I don't think we're going to box. We're not going to have a boxing match. You know, no matter how much jujitsu I know, the dude's, you know, silverback gorilla is a little bit stronger. Now, in this case, because he's a human, you do have a little bit, but that's semantics. That's beside the fucking point. Whatever.
security said it was the victim's fault.
The third witness was the defendant's security guard who told the victim to take.
Speaking of, holy shit, look how different this fucking dude looks from the side compared to like straight on. What the fuck is going on here, guys? Like, chill out. chill out with this. I mean, that lineup, that's impressive. If he did that himself, that is impressive. That is super impressive, but I don't know. I don't see this dude. This dude probably paid for it. So that is what it is.
Take accountability for her actions of wearing a shirt which exposed her breasts. So this asshole security guard is sitting there and telling her she shouldn't be going.
That's beta male cuck fucking behavior. Get the fuck out of here.
Now, to a basketball game showing her. What kind of world is this?
Excuse me, what? Put this dude in jail as well. Like that what? Shout out John Bravo, by the way, for covering this. But like, I wonder if this is a
shout out John Bravos for having such an amazing lineup on your fucking cheeks.
Security guard that is also in this mansion video, because at one point you have this like super funny LARP. At one point they get into the kitchen and the security guard just like randomly positions himself in frame just to be like, yeah, look at me, I'm here as security. We're posted up, you feel?
In my downtime, I'm Martha Stewart, and I design shit like this. I ain't been to the feds.
He's got one of these fucking dudes too. Okay. Now it makes sense as to why the security guard said what he did. What fucking goons, dude.
State time, but
bro, what are you doing? Bro, it's just like,
it's like a Skyrim guard that just pops up out of nowhere. Halt! Halt! Just in the background, looming.
Checking the perimeters or something. Dude, you know you're safe. You've been there. Like, what is that? I'm just like,
always be ready. Always be ready, boy. Always be ready. I'll be ready always.
Goes up like this. Like, he's just like, what are you securing, dog?
It's like, Daddy, do they see me? Daddy, does you see the internet feds? Do they see me, Daddy?
He's not like, they are in a house. They've been in the house before academics showed up.
Yeah, dude, thinks he's the president of the U.S. Absolute. It's fucking walking in there. Like, I'm surprised he didn't have one of those little earpieces that they have for walkies. He's like, it's good in here.
No, it's not academics. Before DJ Vlad showed up, and now he's just like securing the perimeter in the kitchen, I guess. These guys are LARPing.
Oh.
It's so funny. If you're hired as security,
LARPing as high interest political figures.
Being security, why do you have to throw in all the charades and theater acts? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know, but I am wondering if it's that guy.
Because their fucking egos are so fragile. They have so much fragility on the line that they have to do that.
Because that seems to be the only security guard in the area.
Oh, LARPing is live action role playing. All right, so basically where you're playing a game in real life. Have you ever seen like the fucking nerds? And they're nerds. I like them. Okay, so I'm using nerds as an endearing term here. They're fucking virgins, but they're nerds nonetheless. So you see people out that have like, they have these like foam swords and foam shields and shit like that, and they will have these foam like bows and arrows, and they basically go out to play like war like we did as kids, where it's like, pew pew, I shot you first. No, you fucking didn't. I'm gonna tell my mom on you. That's the reason why your dad left her. You know, so they go out and they play these like live action role playing games where they're basically fighting with swords and shields and shit. And it's all good fun, just nerdy good fun. So they are LARPing. These guys are doing the same thing. They are LARPing as these like high asset figures, basically.
During the whole thing, because as they do the whole tour, I guess the security guard just kind of lingering and
no, but I need you to take. we're taking the real swords. You know, I was also one of those kids. I was about 12 or 13 or something like that, and I was sword fighting with an actual sword, and I almost had my thumb cut off. I do have a scar here to this day. It's severed a nerve so I can't feel part of my thumb permanently from it. I mean, it's healed up quite a bit, so I do feel a little bit. It was really fucking stupid in hindsight, but that's the reason why kids are kids. Kids are fucking stupid. Kids don't know what they're doing. You know, they don't. They did in the movie Role Models with Johnny Knoxville. That is true. They absolutely did. I forgot about that movie. Thanks, Roush. But yeah, look at this. Gorilla Man. Big back. Big chest. I am a firm believer in living a fit life. I'm a firm believer in all that. but this is not that. This is definitely, we're gonna roid the fuck up. They could never. They cut their cycles, and they're gonna be completely deflated. They're not gonna have any of this. All of their personality, all of what they've gotten in life, really hinges on this.
Positioning himself in frame throughout the whole video as if DJ Vlad is randomly
Yeah, dude, that's LARPing. The dude wants to
gonna
be seen.
jump Wes Watson. But
What
anyway, I digress, and I am
genius.
going to include the whole report from John Bravo as well, because sharing pictures of the victim just doesn't feel right. But Bravo also saw the images and has given a description of
Johnny Knoxville hosting Fear Factor is the most poetic justice I will ever see in life. Like, that makes all the fucking sense in the world. It makes more sense than Joe Rogan hosting Fear Factor. Absolutely. That's fucking awesome. Yep, that show is apparently back. Maybe we can react one of these days. Baby.
how bad it all was.
Now, I've seen photos, some photos, not all of them, of the injuries on the girl. I saw a cut, a gash in her head. I saw bruising on her right cheek. And I know that she has a black eye now.
His forward profile versus his side profile are like two fucking different people. It is blowing my mind. I don't get it. This cannot be the same person that was just doing this. It can't be. There's no fucking
No, I didn't see any of the body
Damn.
injuries, but I saw her face. So obviously this happened, and obviously he wouldn't have been charged with 5 felonies as a result if this wasn't real.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
this
love
is just
Gabagool.
so sick.
fuck
Like,
Gabagool.
you knew he had anger problems, but this is just a whole new level. And the fact that this guy is a mindset coach, are we serious here now?
Yes,
People
he's a
are
mindset
paying
coach
this
because
dude
these 15-year-olds,
for mindset
yeah,
advice.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
these 15-year-olds need a role model. They need they need a daddy. They need a step daddy. And it's sad. That's well, that's sad. That's the environment that we live in. It is the environment that we live in. So maybe they can have more proper unks. I will be your proper unk. I will be your proper unk. Like and subscribe to the channel. And I don't know what else I was gonna fucking say. It was gonna be something that was quippy. I'm just not there. This is the first video of the morning, so whatever.
he can't even control himself. I'm gonna sit here and
It literally, Splendid Daddy Bill says, "I can be your daddy." Okay, you're supposed to say step, or you're supposed to say step or unk. Maybe I don't fucking know.
state the obvious. Please do not take mindset advice from someone who cannot control themselves. Because
Yes.
apparently he threatened to
Some
take
bullshit.
her life and her entire family's life while also saying that
Okay, let's see what this says. I can't go to jail. Watson allegedly told the victim, according to the police report, "If I go to jail, something bad is going to happen to you, all your friends, and your family. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking nuke your house, bitch."
he can't go to jail? What is this guy on? But apparently he didn't want her to leave, so he kept her there until the next day. So essentially this went on for 2 days, which is where the false imprisonment charge came from. So now you can see why this turned into 5 felony charges and not just 1. This wasn't just being described as one shove during an argument. No, the way the police laid it all out
5 felony charges. Okay.
is this was violence, threats, intimidation, confinement, and interference all wrapped up in one situation.
Okay.
And in the
That makes a little
report,
more
you can see that she is 5'1", 125 pounds, while he's listed as
He probably does shoulder. He probably does like lat raises with the 125 pounds. So what the fuck is she gonna be able to do against this fucking ape man?
6'1", 245 pounds. I am sure he is currently celebrating that they put his height as 6'1", because that was
Yeah, because I'm big man, Your Honor. Your Honor, this doesn't say this. This says I'm 5'9". Your Honor, that's
big
wrong.
point for him earlier, because he was listed as like 5'9", and he's had multiple crash outs because of that. Maybe all of this was just to prove that he was actually 6'1". Who knows? I don't believe it though. But also, like, here's the main question: what happens to him from here?
Watson was in bond court on Thursday.
He may be 6'1", but he's totally got he's totally got a 4'9" energy.
Facing several charges, where the state laid out even more details about what happened early Sunday morning.
He had his own personal employees threaten her. He had his own personal employees oversee her to see what she was doing on the phone, Your Honor. I think there's even made reference to the victim that she effectively felt that she was being held hostage.
Yeah, because this isn't just one charge, and it's not happening in isolation. Right now, he's facing 5 felony charges in Broward County, and a bond set at $115,000. And a judge has already put restrictions in place, including ordering him to stay away from the victim.
Oh, yes, because when you have the right mindset, you can commit felonies for days on end without stress. Yes, Your Honor, you have to understand, like, I am a lifestyle coach. This is part of the lifestyle. You beat the fuck out of people, especially women, and then you get to walk away free because of your mindset. So stupid.
Avoiding drugs and alcohol, and staying away from weapons. At the same time, that Miami-Dade case from earlier this year is still active. So you have 2 separate situations in 2 different counties, both involving violence, and both are still pending. And that's where it starts to stack up. Now, obviously, everything still has to go through the process. There's going to be hearings and there's going to be motions, and this is going to take time to play out. And there's also reports that Wes may have actually tried to post bail on this case, thinking he was going to get out.
In Florida, bond is based on income. 115, he ain't that rich. Exactly. Yeah, he's living in this probably like 7-figure home, upwards, almost 8-figure. I'm telling you, man, these people are so they are. The deception is crazy. These people are ridiculous. Being house poor is craziness just because it looks good, man.
Out only for a judge in his other case to step in and revoke that, which would mean he's still sitting in jail right now. So I mean, if that's true, this is brutal and definitely deserved, because imagine posting over $100,000 thinking you're walking out, and then another case immediately shuts it down. And at the end of the day, this is someone who's already had a second chance. He's had a third chance. He's had so many chances at this point. And then he built this entire platform
at
on
a fucking point. You've got to quit giving these chances. Lock this fucking person up. They do not need to be within the system because they are a leech off of it. They are just leeching. They are leeching spiritually with because they are a role model to people that they don't fucking need to be a role model for. They're leeching because of the systems that are in place, the police, the court system. All of this have to fucking deal with them. Yeah, just fucking just put them in the box, get rid of them, lock them up. Don't let his fucking ass out. Straight up. Why are we fucking dealing with this? Yeah, a new use for Epstein's Island. Just drop them off. Yeah.
Accountability and self-control and mindset. And he goes out and he does all this. But I guess now it really seems like all of this is catching up to him. So I guess we just have to wait and see what happens. But real quick, trade offer. I get absolutely nothing. You get pre-gamer sub samples. Just go to gamersubs.gg/Atozy, scroll all the way down, and we've restocked the free samples because they were sold out the other day, but now they're back in stock.
How can you sell out of free samples? I mean, that's besides the fucking point. That okay,
actually, I don't get nothing. That hey, you get a free product if you Atozy. This is the current samples I have, which is raw meat by
oh, I guess he's saying that they were out as far as their stocks were out. Is this the end of the video? Are we talking about GG subs? Yeah, we are. Okay, I really like A to Z, and yes, his name was initially supposed to be A to Z, and I guess he fucked up. He mentions it, so only the real ones know. So yes, I like A to Z. WVid,